Ready to start a family but wonder if your finances are? What are the bare necessities? And what hidden costs can surprise you? They might be small, but babies can cost big money. In fact, they can go through your cash faster than you can. Surprised? You're not alone. Financial planners say that half of all first-time parents underestimate how much having a baby costs. But don't worry, I'm Teresa Roncon, here to help you live and learn how to get your budget into baby shape. Finance starts with the bottom line, and so does your baby budget. The average baby goes through 10 diapers a day. Add the cost of cleaning with a wet wipe, and your grocery bill will go up by about $85 a month. So budget around $1,000 for the first year. And the list doesn't end there. Next comes baby clothes, which he or she will probably wear once or twice, then grow out of.
My favorite is to borrow and lend baby clothes with family and friends. And then you can take your savings and apply that toward other more lasting needs that the baby would have, for example, college education.
The cost of formula will make you think baby eats liquid gold, so estimate about $1,200 for the first year. Breastfeeding can certainly cut that expense, but there are some hidden costs. You may need a breast pump. You also will likely need nursing bras, breast pads, ointment, and a feeding pillow.
Nom, nom, nom.
Once babies reach about 6 months, they start to eat solid baby food. In their first year, the average baby will eat, smear, or spit out about 600 jars, so budget $350. Then there's baby gear, essentials like a high chair, a stroller, and of course, a car seat. This can all add up. Now, your pediatrician can tell you what you really need and what you really don't, but count on spending about $1,000.
The good news, most of these items, with the exception of a car seat, can be purchased used.
And you thought you were high maintenance? Just think how much you could do with all that money, and you're nowhere near done yet.
Health insurance for mom, dad, and baby is a top priority. This is an area where it does not make sense to scrimp. Buy the best insurance coverage you can afford. Understand what your coverage limits are and what potential out-of-pocket costs you may have, and to plan your choices accordingly.
Enroll in your employer's flexible medical spending plan. This allows you to deduct a certain amount of your income to be used for medical expenses from your income taxes. For example, if you earn $70,000 a year and you allocate $2,000 for out-of-pocket medical expenses, you will only be taxed on a $68,000 income.
I think of managing your healthcare expenses as being a little bit similar to playing a board game. You have to understand the objective, which is to minimize your costs and get the best quality of care, but you have to read all the instructions and play by the rules in order to win the game.
The cost of childcare shocks most new parents. Depending upon where you live, it can range from $5,000 to $20,000 a year.
There are a couple ways that you can try to trim those costs. One is to think creatively. Can you share cost with a family member, a friend, so that you can split the cost of a nanny? Can you arrange co-op babysitting so that you can minimize out-of-pocket costs and share your time as opposed to your dollars?
Couples should also review their life insurance policies and, if need be, increase them so each spouse has enough money to raise the kids if something bad happens.
Having a baby is a great motivator to do a will, and it's one of the first things that new parents should do. A will is a legal document that allows you to determine how your assets are distributed when you die. It also allows you to name a person who would raise your child in the event something happened to you. If you die without a will, the state will make those decisions for you.
Add it all up, and the total bill for baby's first year, about $13,000. And children don't get much cheaper as they grow up. The government says you should expect a child will cost you about $300,000 by the time he or she turns 18.
A lot of families don't start thinking seriously about money until they become parents. But you're not alone if you haven't started considering these expenditures.
So don't panic. Here's an action plan to help you prepare. Cut debt. You're about to add a third person to the cost of living, so tackle your smaller debts like credit cards and car loans. Then move up to your bigger obligations. Ask for essentials. Also remember you'll likely receive lots of gifts. every time you get an essential instead of a toy, the bill drops. A new baby definitely means a new budget, so plan ahead. And while having children can be expensive, the joy of having a family is priceless. So get your finances in order and get ready for all those magic moments.